So there's a broken bridge in Fanteakwa, and our colleague Milni Amate who has the story for us.
Many urban dwellers enjoying fresh market produce may not realize the challenges farmers and traders endure to get these goods to them. This is particularly evident in Kankama, a community in the Fanteakwa South District. Beyond the already poor road conditions from Begro to Obohun, residents of Subrima, Kankama, Yayaso, Abudobi, Obrahoho, Abua, and Insuta Dahome also face a lack of electricity and telecommunication networks. Adding to their struggles, they must cross a precarious makeshift bridge over the Osubin River while carrying their farm produce to Begro. Ofori Michael, a student, recounted a recent incident where his classmates fell off the log while attempting to cross the river on their way to school. The poor infrastructure has also deterred government workers, including teachers and health professionals, from accepting postings to these communities. The absence of proper roads, telecommunications, and electricity has negatively impacted service delivery and revenue collection in the district. Kankama's Assemblyman Alex Ayete Tei expresses frustration over the situation.
The children from Subrima normally cross this river to school on a daily basis. Farmers at both communities, Kankama and Subrima, cross this river to their various farms. Whenever the rain starts, the river overflows, it bounds, and becomes very difficult for the inhabitants, especially the farmers and school children, to cross. So it has been a major challenge over here.
Similarly, the Assemblyman for Insuta electoral area detailed their concerns to the Eastern Regional Minister, Rita Akosua-Awate, who visited the communities to assess the challenges. He appealed for immediate government support.
No electricity in the entire electoral area. We need primary school block at Insuta Daomedie Primary School. 3. We need a car bridge on Yaya River to enable cars cross from Yayaso and Obrahoho community.
Recognizing the agency of the situation, particularly with the potential for the Osubin River to overflow as it has in previous years, an organization known as Advocates for Community Alternatives, in collaboration with the Fanteakwa South District Assembly, has initiated efforts to construct a new bridge before the rainy season begins in March.
I saw it as a duty call, especially when the community itself had started something. So it was important that those of us who could do something to support, especially because there are a lot of women and children here who, when this thing comes on board, is going to help.
In response to the community's efforts, Eastern Regional Minister Rita Akosua-Awate, along with the National Deputy Women's Organizer of the NDC, Abigail Elon Mensah, presented a donation of 10,000 Ghana cedis and 100 bags of cement to support the construction.
Little support we have brought here will push the community's agenda so that in the few weeks to come they will complete this bridge so that cars can move from Insuta to Kankama. Then they can send their produce to the Belgro market to sell for the Fanteakwa South municipality to get revenue.
People collectively have come together to ensure that they construct a bridge here. They are therefore urging government to support them, make this dream a realization. For ChannelOne TV, no ni Amate Kana, Kankama, Fanteakwa South District of Eastern Region.
Very unfortunate that the bridge in Fanteakwa has broken down. I think Juju did something similar and it was fixed ASAP. Was it you or someone else in the newsroom?
Yeah, I did a story, but that was in Dowenya.
Right.
That was a bridge in Dawenya. And it was a steel bridge, and the Ministry of Roads and Highways at that time, under the leadership of Francis Asenso Boache, moved in to repair the bridge. So, but this is not even the first time you are hearing of a bridge in the eastern region. I think there was this other community where children were crossing the bridge. It was basically a death trap.
Akosia also has one. And then recently we saw one on social media where the children had to use
that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, the trunk of a tree to get into the stream and cross it and then climb it up. Yeah. Our colleague Nilni Amate Kanaku, Eastern Regional Correspondent Extraordinaire, is on the line. Hi, Kanaku.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We are enjoying grace, by God.
Thank God, we thank God. It's refreshing to hear your voice. We haven't spoken in a while.
Yeah.
And this is your debut on Sunday Breakfast, right?
Yes, please.
Yes. So tell us how you found out about this broken bridge. Tell us how far it is from the community. What do they do? What kind of community is it? Describe the community and the bridge to us.
Thank you very much. So the exact community happens to be Kankama, which is located in the Fanteakwa South district of the Eastern region. Now, you have to go to Begro Township proper, which happens to be the district capital of the Fanteakwa North, before you can access Kankama. It also happens to be in the Fanteakwa South district. Now, the Kankama area consists of about 100 communities along that stretch, and all these communities depend on that bridge to get access to Kankama, and then later moved to Begro, which happens to be another district capital where a major trading activity and market goes twice in a week. Now, the area is made up of predominantly farmers in that particular area who grow vegetables, lettuce, cucumber, cabbage, carrot, and majority of traders from Accra, that is Abuchi, and other market centers move to the Begro area to purchase these vegetables at a lower cost. So the bridge happens to be a major link that the farmers in these areas get their farm the Begro market for more sales. And this particular bridge also serves as the link that the school children from the neighboring communities such as Subrima, Yayas, Abotopi, Obrahoko, Abua, Dahome, and other areas before they go to school at Kankama. And this bridge has lasted for quite some time now. And any time it rains, the river Spring floods its banks and makes it very impossible for the traders, the farmers, the students, and other people in the community to move about. So this has been a major headache for all these people who live within that enclave, that Kankama catchment area.
Right. I've also observed that aside the bridge, there's also access routes. That's the road network in that particular area is also very bad. How have they been carting their goods, or how have even the people, the market women and traders in Agboblushi, how are they able to come to Fanteakwa to cart the goods to Accra?
Okay, so when we got there, we didn't even see a vehicle ply that particular route to and fro when we were moving from that is the junction, the Begro junction, which links the Kankama area. It's a dusty route. It becomes virtually more trouble during rainy seasons, and as the rains are set to begin now, these people are really worried about how they are going to bring their goods to the Begro market. They make with the Abubuya, which is the tricycle, as is known in that particular area, and these riders charge them exorbitant fares before they are able to move their goods to the petrol market. And when these traders would have to, the farmers would have to carry their farm produce across the broken bridge. The broken bridge. Now there's a lock on that particular bridge now that the people are using. If a farmer is transporting his cabbage or lettuce to Kankama, that is from either Yayaso or Suta Dahome to Kankama, before he bought a tricycle to what's it called, the Begro area, he or she would have to carry the goods on his head and use that narrow log and cross to Nkankama and then wait for Anabubuya before he can move his produce to the Begro market and other market centers for onward sale. So this has been a major challenge to them, that they believe that if any government intervention or any group that comes to their aid will help them facilitate trade in that particular area. Now, that area happens to be a major food hub for the eastern region and even the country as a whole, because we have people trading in all form of food there in that particular area. We have people coming all the way from Ashama and come and buy in that particular area because they have Arab land and majority of the people there are predominantly farmers in that particular area. That is the area, both Fanteakwa South and North district. All the people there, majority of them are farmers. They believe if they get a clear cut, they believe if that rate is fixed, they believe if a telecommunication network is made available in that particular area, it will also improve their trade. Because some of these farmers, some of these market women who trade directly with these farmers would have to even get them on phone, call them first for them to be aware that maybe they will be coming this day or this, they need this quantity of goods for them. So they would have to even call them, and even getting access to them has been an issue. Since last night, I've been trying to get access to the assemblyman, and I've not been successful. It's just because of the lack of telecommunication network activity in that particular enclave.
All right, so Neil, you still stay on the line with us pretty shortly. We'll come back to you, but we've been joined by Madam Abigail Elo Mensah, who is the Deputy Women's Organizer for the ruling National Democratic Congress, the NDC, in the Eastern region. Madam Abigail Mensah, good morning and welcome to Sunday Breakfast.
Good morning.
I trust you're doing well, madam.
I'm well by grace. I'm the Deputy National Women Organizer of the NDC.
Yeah,
not the region.
Not the region. Deputy National Women's Organizer.
Yeah.
Sorry for that mishap.
No problem.
Thank you. Great. I understand this particular concern in the Kankama area has come to your notice.
Yes. So, good morning to your viewers and listeners. And Kankama is actually part of my constituency. I come from the Fanteakwa South constituency, and in Kankama is part of the constituency. And about 2 weeks ago, people from the community drew my attention to the fact that I know that is a problem there. I know that the roads are terrible there and all that. But 2 weeks ago, my attention was drawn to the fact that if we do nothing about it, when the rains come, we will not be able to cross over to places like Suta Dahome or Brahoho, Aseja, and all those places. We wouldn't be able to cross over to those places. So the community themselves had started to put up the bridge that will connect them to those areas, because those areas as well are the areas where our foodstuffs, our tomatoes, our cabbages, all those things, that's where they come from before it gets to Kankama and then later transported from Kankama to Begro for our market women to come and buy. So then if they are cut off, it means that they will farm all right, but we won't be able to get the produce they do. And then the kids, there are no schools in the communities beyond the bridge. So all the kids have to travel to Nkankama to come to school. So if they are cut off, it means that during that part of the year, it means the kids can't come to school. They would have to stay in their villages and not come to school. So it's a very important project, and I was glad that the community has taken it upon themselves to fix it. So I spoke to the regional minister, who happens to be my former deputy regional women organizer, and knows the place, and she was in a high spirit to come and help us. So we put our heads together, and then we went to do our donation there.
As deputy women's organizer for the NDC, I know this problem doesn't directly fall under your purview, but are you able to give us any timeline shared with you when you raised this issue with the regional minister? Was she able to tell you exactly when this project will be completed to bring the much needed relief to residents in the area?
So actually, this project is that which the community is doing. The minister has only promised that she's going to bring attention of government to it, which I know she has, and government will then come and support for us to probably, you see, what they have done now is one that can take just a car at a time. So it's just one car at a time, or one aboboya at a time. So if this side is moving, this side cannot move. So maybe government will come in, and then government may have to come and double it up for them, so that at least 2 vehicles can move at a time. And then possibly the larger project, which is getting the roads in those areas done. I know before NDC left power in 2016, because I was a parliamentary candidate then, there was a cocoa road that was supposed to link Nkankama all the way to Asesewa, because we share boundary with Asesewa. So if that project can be looked at again, so that we can now get that road that will link Nkankama to Asesewa, in that case, they could easily transport their things to Asesewa and then also transport it to Begro, whichever market is ready for their produce.
And also moving away from the Kankama area, still within the eastern region where you know very well, to the Isuoko community in the Lower Akim municipality, I believe. We also heard the story about a very dangerous bridge and how students were basically risking their life to cross to school. And we know the military has moved in, the regional minister also moved in to try fix that problem. Are you able to give us any brief updates on that particular project as well?
I have no update on that one. I also followed the story. I saw it on President Mohammed's Facebook page, and then I followed the story when the minister went there and the military went there to assess so that they could put a bridge on it. But as we speak, I've not followed it up to know what has been done so far.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you for your time, but also congratulations on your new role as CEO for Maslock.
All right, thank you very much.
Are you able to assure us that you'd use the resources available to you to also try bring some relief to residents in Kankama, considering the fact that now their businesses or their farming businesses will be sort of disrupted by this poor access road?
One of my focus areas is women in farming. Women who are farming. So what we are trying to do is that we would look at how best we could put them in groups, we could give them support to farm, and then how we could also help them so that when they are done farming, their produce will not stay in the farm, but probably government could even buy their produce and give to maybe our school feeding people, our prisons and all those. So these are things that I have in mind, and in Kankama will not be left out.
Interesting. We'll come back to follow on the progress of this really ambitious pledge and promise to the people of Kankama. But so grateful for your time this morning.
Thank you very
Madam
much. Have
Abigail
a blessed Sunday.
Elon Mensah. So there you had her former, or I think she's still in the capacity as.
Yeah, she's still the national.
She's still the deputy national women's organizer. Only that she's been appointed as. I don't think you can still. You know, I don't think it's.
I mean, most
proper.
of them are doing 2 roles anyway.
Yeah,
so.
you know, you can't serve the party. You can't, like the thing they say about serving 2 masters.
I asked Computer on CNR last week, and he said they'll function.
It's still there. It can't be. You know, it's not proper. So, it doesn't even work. Best in it because. Bernard asked the regional minister.
Mate Kanaku is still on. Let me quickly finish with him so that he can go. Kanaku, you heard from the woman we just spoke to, Abigail Mensah, and she has made some promises which I am sure that you'll follow up on.
Yes. You know, and I must say that Abigail has been with us consequently for quite some time now, because she even contested the seat as a parliamentary candidate. Through her engagement, she talked about dear plight, and ever since then she's tried to make some resources available together with other residents that's indigents of that particular area who are applying their trade in Accra, Kumasi, and even outside the country, to mobilize them and then support the initiative by the people themselves. I must say it's a big project it's a really big project that the people are undertaking there, and they need support from government and even other civil society organizations who can their aid. But if you look at the extent, the stretch, I'm not an engineer, but when you look at the depth of that particular bridge and the nature of the construction currently ongoing in that particular area, the people will really need some help from anybody who can their aid, especially because benefit from the farming activities in that particular area.
All right. Neil Mate Kanaku, Eastern Regional Correspondent, very grateful for your time this morning. Thank you. Jude, you wanted to say something briefly before we go
on break? I was saying that I don't think it's appropriate that you have people who are serving the role of party executives and also remain in government. You know, the doctrine of separation of powers clearly tell us, even though it speaks largely to the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. But if you have somebody serving purely the party interest, I don't see how the person still, when he moves into government, should continue serving the role. It raises issues of conflict of interest. Bernard asked the new regional minister for Volta region, James Gunu. He is a general secretary for the region, you know, and he said that he has already, you know, sort of like unofficially handed over, and I expect a lot of these party people
to do same.
To do same. But this is serious, and you wonder, because a lot of the time we are hearing about road, you know, challenges in the eastern region, and this is the second time a bridge story has come up and has, you know, sort of gotten national interest. So I hope they are able to fix it. We know for the first one in the Soko, which I asked the woman, Abigail Mensah, she said she just heard of the story online. But we also know that the military moved in to try and fix it for them.
Fix the situation.
Yeah, so we'll be following up on these stories keenly. And I hope that they're able to commit to other, you know, road infrastructure problems. The budget will be read on March 11. We'll have a sense of government's direction with regards to what he intends to do. You know, we were told year of roads 1, year of roads 2 in the last 8 years. You know, there's also DRIP, which was big, right? But I don't think a lot of people have seen it reflect. Also because there was the DDEP program, which halted some of these projects because of funding. I know for a fact that the Domikitase, you know, road was halted temporarily because of the DDEP as a result of funding challenges. So we'll see. You know, I'm very hesitant in talking a lot about this government up until the time where the budget is read, which will give us a proper sense of direction as to the priorities of this government and what it intends to do, you know, in the year ahead. So it will be interesting in this coming. But they need to fix that bridge for this, especially because
no wonder
children.
Food prices are expensive, and children use that stretch to go to school. That would be an excuse. Man, I mean, go school. I'm sure some for a bridge, you know.
You know, and it will be a justifiable excuse.
Of course.
You know, because what's the point in putting your life in harm's way?
Exactly.
Just because you want to, you know, if you end up dying as a result, then what's the point? Yeah. You know, so we need to not give them
and
reason for.
And kudos to the community themselves for, you know, putting up that single bridge to, you know, salvage the situation a bit, and we hope that government steps in to help them out. But yeah, so that's our story for you from our correspondent. We'll be right back. We have more for you.